Hello and welcome to MySQL tutorial number 4. In this tutorial what we're going to do is we're going to take the last 3 tutorials and put them into some practice or something that actually is useful. So what we're going to do is going to make a login page that's going to go to a database to make sure that the username and password is correct. That's then going to move over to the guestbook that table and retrieve all the information. I've added slightly a little bit more information to this table, which basically I've added the street, postcode, town, country and phone. Now they're all varchars at 255, okay? So that's all you've got to do is insert into their new values, nothing more. And what I've done is I've made a users table, very simple, three fields, ID being the primary and it's also increment and it's an integer, and username being a varchar of 255 and password being a varchar also of 255. And that is pretty much it. And I've made one row of David and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let's crack on. Let's come over to PSPad, and I've got 3 pages: index.php, login.php, and data.php. So the first one that I've got here is just going to be the HTML page, basically to show the login box. So login page. I'll just close this H1 off. And then HR, and then what we'll do with some paragraphs is we're just going to say username, slow down, input type equals text, name equals name, and then I'm just going to copy this, and we're just going to say password here and password, and we're actually going to change this to username, and here we'll just make a input type equals submits, name equals submits, and value equals login. So let's control this to save, post to localhost quickly, refresh it. That's me testing it before to see whether I could do it in 10 minutes or not, and I think I can. Okay, so as well what we need is form action equals login.php, method equals post, method not method, and down the bottom we'll just close this off with form there. Control this to save. Right, that will then basically move over to login.php. So we come over here, so we've got our connect already, and what we need to do, the first thing is session starts up the top, because we're going to be using sessions. And what we need to clarify is that someone has actually pressed the submit button, and by actually making it super global. There we go. So now we're checking that they press the submit button, else let's just throw them straight back to index.php. There we go, so that's that bit done. So if post, what we're going to do is we're going to say user equals post username, and pass equals post password. Okay, so that's now put in some shorthand. So what we do now is we make a query equals MySQL query, select everything from users, which is the login page, where username is equal to user, and password is equal to pass. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're just going to limit it to 1 just to make sure. Let's make sure we've got a semicolon on the end, which we haven't, so let's put 1 there. Okay, so that's that bit done, and next what we'll do is we'll do num rows equals MySQL num rows, which is our second test to make sure that it's all singing and dancing. And if num rows is equal to 1, then do this, else else basically then I've made an error. There is a error somewhere, so we know it doesn't work. Okay, so if none rows is equal to 1, then what we want to do is header location, and we're going to say data.php. So that's where we're going to basically show all the data that's within inside the database. But first things first is we need to basically make a session of username, and let's just put that equal to user. So it's going to put the username into that. So let's control this to save. That is pretty much successful. So press the post button, 2 variables here. It's going to select everything from users, where username is equal to user and password is equal to password, limit 1, MySQL number rows, blah 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 blah, comes to there. Username is now set, so it's control S to save. We can come over to here now, and at the top we obviously need to session start, otherwise it won't read that session. So what we need to do is we say if whoops, slow down, if set session username, if that's set, that's right, if it's set, then it will do this, else someone's just visited the page without actually starting. So we're just going to header location index.php. Let's put that to capital. Okay, else we want to do another query, so query equals MySQL query, and that is select everything from guest book, where name, because that was the name, is equal to user. Okay, and we're just going to say limit 1 as well. And what we do come down here is we say user equals session username here, so we'll put that into shorthand, which is what it is. Okay, so that's done that. We don't need number rows because we've already tested it already that it's the right person. So what we do is we say while, which we don't need to, but I'm just doing it for the sake of doing it because we did it in the last tutorial. So while fetch associates and query, and what we need to do, so now we just need to say echo row name and break. Okay, I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to fill out all these things. Okay, that's them all filled out now, so all the information in the database is now coming out. So if this session's set, and I'm pretty sure that this is going to work right now, so let's refresh this. My username was David and password 123456. Okay, error on 914 on data.php, so okay, switch is there, so that's concatenated, blah 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 blah, yeah, it should be all okay. Let's come to here. Break. Okay, cool, it's there. So it needs to be concatenated on the ends. Let's fix all these errors. So control is to save. And there we go. Okay, so let's go from the beginning here. So index.php, go David, 1 2 3 4 5 6. There's an error somewhere, that's because that was wrong there. Log in, and it's all there. That's pretty much this tutorial done. It was a bit hard and fast, but I did all the information. I showed you basically logging into a website, checking the data, and then retrieving information. My name is David Thorne. You can visit me at www.thornwebdesign.de. This was just a confirmation for you to see how it runs. Tutorial number 5, we'll move on to some more stuff and we'll slow it right down as well. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.